Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
So, Renault got caught cheating, and both cars were disqualified from the Japanese Grand Prix, meaning Lance Stroll and Daniel Kvyat ended up scoring points. So their penalty has led to them gifting points to their rivals. But was it right to penalise Renault? And did the punishment fit the crime? Here at Frontrunner Motorsport, I say like it isn't just one person, would like to say, what was the point, Renault? Was it worth it? But that statement isn't entirely fair either. According to Renault, who isn't going to appeal the decision, which in itself is a sign of guilt in my eyes, they did say that they had presented the system to the FIA, who said it was innovative and legal, and then Racing Point complained, and now the FIA say it was illegal. So, an electronic aid that affects the brake bias system on the cars, which led to Renault not advancing any further up the grid than they had previously, which is probably extra galling to them as they hadn't really benefited from the system anyway. This has been a bad season for Renault. For all their talk about closing the gap to the frontrunners, they have actually slipped behind McLaren, who have use of Renault engines. And as a manufacturer being beaten by their customer team, they're a bunch of fails. But cheating is never really a good idea. The rules say driver aids are illegal, so why develop them in the first place? It's a waste of time and money. Time and money that could be spent on actually making your car good. Now we have a situation where Renault are desperately clinging on to 5th in the Manufacturers' Championship, which, that being the most interesting thing going into the final rounds, is a sum up of all the problems with modern F1. As much as the media are playing up Bottas versus Hamilton, if Bottas even comes close, then I will eat every hat I own. Racing Point and Toro Rosso are pretty close to Renault, so there is a legitimate chance Renault could finish 7th. That's embarrassing for a manufacturer in Formula 1, especially with Ricciardo and Ocon signed for next year. A team up that isn't hard to imagine in top cars. They must realise they are stepping into mediocrity. So was the penalty fair? No, not really. Renault didn't really gain anything. A fine and a promise not to do it again would have been fine. It seems to have hurt Ricciardo and Hulkenberg more, seeing as they probably had no say if the aid was fitted to the car in the first place. Kinda harks back to the late 80s when Tyrrell were disqualified from the whole season for putting lead shot in their fuel tank, with both drivers also disqualified despite not knowing or having a final say on it. Moving forward, Renault need to get their heads down and secure 5th, and we can all forget this ever happened, and enjoy the nothing that is going to happen as we head to the end of the year. With that said, like, comment and subscribe, and have a good one.